save this for like right now because I had a gnarly crack of all my knuckles and it was absolutely perfect and it felt amazing. But anyways, I've just been very tired and unmotivated lately. And while I am just kind of sitting here by myself doing this, there's this like part of me that's like, well, I could reach some audience at some point. So there's the like potential stress of that kind of on my shoulders as of right now, which is not necessary, but it's always good to be consistent with everything you do. And I just haven't been, and it annoys me in any regard. Like if this didn't exist and I was just on my own case for do some sketching at least a little bit every single day, I'd be annoyed with myself as I am right now. But like, God, I feel like I'm in constant purgatory right now. Like, it's not even the fact that like I don't have a traditional design job. It's like I don't really have a design job anyways. It's like if I had an untraditional one where it's like some guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, give me a sketch. I'll pay you $100 per sketch." I'd be fine with that probably. It'd be interesting. But yeah, I guess it's part of the fact that I don't have an actual design job. I am trying to keep my design skills going by doing this. Some sort of incentive too, but it's that plus I can't live by myself. I don't have the ability to. I don't have the financial freedom to live by myself. And that gives me a lot of being able to do that. First off, just live somewhere by myself or with someone that I specifically choose to live with. Just makes me feel like I'm going somewhere. Having gone to high school and lived here, and gone off to college and lived by myself, and then come back here, it feels like regression. It feels like I'm not doing something right, and something's absolutely wrong. But everyone else around me is just like, "Yeah, you're doing it right." It doesn't feel right. It feels terrible. So, guess that's just been in my head for like months, festering. It's interesting. I do kind of find myself really tired whenever I get like a little, not like clinically depressed, but just like, this sucks, obviously. I get tired and then I don't do work and then I get even more tired and annoyed and it never goes in like a positive way. So I guess I'm here now, gonna draw some stuff, at least for a little bit because I don't really have a whole lot of energy today. Maybe it might turn into like the whole shoe fiasco where I said quick sketch and then it ended up being like 2 hours. So I could do that, but it's always good to start. Big thing that I always have an issue with is starting something. And as long as I can start something, I can do more of it. And that's all I need. So, not doing that picture yet. So, goes bye for now. But I am, hold on. I have a little bit of, oh. I'm gonna put on some music. But I've been watching back some of the streams that I've done, trying to learn more. Music is inaudible, blah blah blah. But like I need just like I need a faint twinkle. But I feel like other people having a little bit more music is that'll be a good thing. I don't know. You can always tell me. I also did some tricking today, which if you don't know what tricking is like casual gymnastics mixed with like b-boying and like just a great time. casual gymnastics. Is there such a thing? Yes. But I was doing it outside today, and even though I did shower afterwards, I think I have a grass allergy, so like everything itches like awkwardly. So if you see me itching, or if you probably hear it, that's why. But what do I do? Been a couple days. I know I should, even if I don't stream, I know I should be doing this, but like my brain's like, no, just do it on stream. It's more fun that way. Lines. I'll actually try to get through a point. Yeah. I'm gonna have like the top and bottoms be like slightly faster. I know I try to do it pretty slow usually, but I want to kind of vary my speed in the beginning. So at least I'm not only doing slow lines, I'm doing everything. That's weird. Whatever. Anyway. Time to do the ellipses. There is a part of me that's like, I'm tired. I just want to get this done with. So I'm kind of doing it faster, but it's not that bad. The intention with this is to just take as much time as needed, but not really take over the amount of time. Like obviously that one was not good, but still, you know, learn from it. We have a whole backside to do again if these don't turn out very well. It's pretty good. I'm trying to, like, the main things I'm thinking of is just do the circle, don't, like, almost thinking against speed, not wanting to always do something as fast as possible, so thinking against speed. And then I'm also thinking of making the front line darker, and then kind of making it, well, the top one, you'll be able to, like, if you're looking at the cylinder, you'd be able to see the top if you're looking at it that way. But all the other ones kind of have that front line be a lot darker. And then the third thing I'm thinking of is varying the size, making it look like it's a cylinder. I'm gonna do this weird, so I'm gonna make it seem like as if we're looking at the cylinder from the bottom. So the back line would actually be, yeah. I'm gonna do that again. So, as if the bottom is being seen, the back line is gonna be the darker one. That's kind of cool, I think. Doing the pinwheel. Pinwheel of death and destruction. Actually, it's pretty simple and fun and easy. Just trying to get the ability to do decently straight lines from any direction without shifting the paper. No. And if you don't get it, oh, this one's a little difficult. Okay. I get it, just try it until you do. It's almost like when I do it over and over again when I can't get it right. It's like my eyes just honing it in every single time. I can see that my brain's actually working pretty hard to get that straight, but in the middle. There. God, I feel like this one always, like, my shoulder's so tense when I'm doing this, and it's not like it can't be, like I am using my shoulder, but God, it's like an arm workout. I'm definitely feel like I'm rushing things because I'm tired and I don't want to be here. But I have to be here. I have to do something, you know. Can't just, you know, get annoyed at myself and then get annoyed at myself and how I'm not doing anything and not do anything and then perpetuate the feeling of how I'm not doing anything anymore, you know. Like I can't do that. That's a bad idea. It's something that I don't want to do. Even though it feels like I really want to. I mean, I already spent like Monday this week just kind of sitting, not really doing anything. And it's like, oh man, I slept hard all of Monday. So I went to Rivian. So I live like Chicago area, and I know everyone who's like within like a 200-mile radius of Chicago, like, yeah, I live in the Chicago area, but I actually do, okay? I live from the center of Chicago. I live 35 minutes away, and that's not in rush hour traffic. Like on a, you know, Sunday evening, or no, like a Sunday midday. It's about 35 minutes away from the center of Chicago. So anyways, Rivian, which if you'd seen on the post that I had on Instagram, Rivian's plant, which is a new electric truck that's been coming out, a new company actually, totally. They finally produced their first electric truck, and most of the ability to see it has been, you know, press launches or mostly press launches and press vehicles, and people have, like, you've seen like people who need access to like the vehicle so that they can test it out and show you guys and show them on your YouTube channel. They've had access to it, the Rivian, but not really anyone else. Rivian is their main plant, actually their only plant, I'm pretty sure, is in Normal, Illinois, which is about 3 hours southwest-ish. Just basically takes I-55, which is a southwest highway from Chicago. Yeah, it's about 3 hours away. And they just opened up an event. They're like, hey, if you know you're in the area and you want to check it out, anyone can just come over and check it out. So I was like, hey, let's go down Sunday with me and my parents. I was just gonna go down by myself, but I let them know, and they're like, yeah, sure, we'll check it out. And so, well, like, I did like 6 hours of driving that day, split apart by, you know, a little bit. We only spent like about an hour at the actual Rivian event. My brain was kind of working overtime on like, oh wow, look at all this stuff. Like, it was really cool. Sorry, I have to figure out what I'm doing right now. I'm drawing boxes, but like, what perspective am I going for? Okay. The Rivian plant was super cool, and we were outside for it. I got to go right up close to one, something that I really haven't. I've just seen online. I haven't really seen in person. Really cool. It's, you know, if I it's funny, if I had like unlimited money and it's like you buy any car that you want, it's like I just get a Rivian, man. It's all like I just want an electric car, and the Rivian truck is just so cool. So it was really awesome to just go up and touch one and be next to it and experience it. It's so much better than a Tesla. It really is. Like, they gave so much thought to the interior. Like the main control screen is like pushed into the wood trim, so it feels like it's a part of it, but you know it's a screen. Anyways, after that, I just kind of like crashed for the rest of the day, and I think it might have been like maybe I didn't do any designing that day, or maybe I just, because I was also doing like a lot with driving for Uber the days before, because I know I wouldn't be able to drive on Sunday, which I usually do, which is like still a decently you usually get a lot of money on Sunday still. But I don't know, it might have done something weird to affect me on Monday, where I woke up, I keep waking up at like 8 a.m. because my body's used to it at this point, but like I woke up and I was like emotionally tired, and I didn't really seem to figure out that until like I kept falling asleep and waking up until like 1 to 2 p.m. which is like one of the negative things of, you know, either being your own boss or not having a job, is like there's nothing there to say, hey, you probably shouldn't do that, you know, you probably shouldn't sleep until 2 p.m. and mope around. It's like, sorry, like most people have a job and keeps them from doing that, but I don't, obviously. So, well, granted, like most of the times that I've had this issue of like just feeling depleted for no apparent reason, I've done it. I would feel depleted for like a week on an end. For a week on, I normally feel depleted for about a week, and then I'd catch on and be like, oh, this is how I'm feeling. So it's interesting to like not be that set far back. It's just like a day went by. Still doesn't feel good, you know, but it happened, and here, yay. I still probably feel it. I still definitely feel the same ways that I've felt before, of just like kind of being worn out for no reason. It feels like I'm not doing anything that, like, I am trying to build a Murphy bed, so that requires a lot of, there's so many different like issues, and God, I thought I could finish it yesterday, and then I didn't finish it yesterday, and I'm still working on it. God, what else do I have to do? I have to finish the legs, and I have to sand the entire thing. I'm not going to paint it because it's a shit show already. I have to get a latch. I have to go over to a hardware store. When are they open till? You don't get to see. Hardware store. Oh! Oh god. Oh no, that's an apartment building. Ah, damn it. It is closed. Oh. When did it close? Oh, it closed at 5:30. Damn it. Is there any other hardware store open? Loading? Oh, piss. Oh, they're all closed. What? Why is just random weird hardware, like mom and pop hardware stores, are the only thing showing up? Menards, are you there? They close at 10. Home Depot, which is closer. I think they're closer. I don't know, they might be really far away. Oh, they close at 10, okay. Perfect. I'm gonna get that then. Another reason not to be here. Not really, but I guess. I'm so itchy. So many weird allergies. I'm like mildly allergic to gluten, grass. I became lactose intolerant because apparently if you don't drink milk for an extended period of time, your body just stops producing the enzyme and doesn't remember how to produce the enzyme, and therefore you become lactose intolerant. So I've been vegetarian for most of my life, and I was like, you know what, let me try veganism. And it's really terrible. Like, it's not really terrible in the fact that you just take away, in my opinion, you just take away the freedom to have good food for no reason. It's like, for health concerns. It's like, I was still fat during that time. So yeah, I became vegan for a bit, lost the ability to digest milk, and then therefore became lactose intolerant and hated the shit out of it. So I'd say definitely grass is the hardest, the weirdest allergy, because there's like no... Hold on, I need to think about this. Grass is definitely the weirdest allergy, because it's like, what do you do? What do you do at that point? Take a pill? There is none. Okay. There is none. Oh geez, what is that angle? There we go. It is kind of nice that this is like, I've done this so many, oh god, middle it, okay. I've drawn so many boxes that this has just become automatic, which is nice. Which is again why, like, for this like warm-up draw where I do boxes and shapes and lines and everything, like that's always good. I need to practice not shoes. I am not a shoe designer. Although I have some really interesting ideas for shoes, I obviously can draw shoes. I need to draw like small electronic stuff because that's what I suck at and what I'm like most interested in. Like the type of technology, oh my god, it's just, small electronic design is so cool. Like all the consumer goods and everything. I have so many cool ideas. I just can't draw it for shit. So I need to figure that out, and I need to find a bunch of small consumer goods stuff that I can find good references for, so my brain can, I guess, find an internal reference when I'm trying to pump out ideas. Anywho, maybe I can, those are really good, by the way, like, this one, oh man, even though I kind of like botched it a little bit, yeah, sure, you can maybe draw like a F1 car rendering by, you know, pencils, and I need to figure out how to use markers again for shading. I need to figure out how to shade again. But sure, you can draw an F1 car, but I'll look at a box that I drew really well in perspective and just love it. I'll just stare at this, you know? This one, this is like what my sketching ability used to be like at the prime in, I'd say before the pandemic. Like right before the pandemic, oh my god, I had like everything set. It felt like I figured out how to study right. I figured out what worked for me. I figured out like a lot of like deep psychological issues that were plaguing me over time had been figured out. The pandemic hit and just like I lost my save points. I lost all my save points. I didn't, it's like I didn't save when I was working on myself, and then I regressed to like what I the shitty person I was back in the like end of high school, and like I lost all the ability to do a lot of sketching. So like to be able to get back to that point is such a win. Like this is that point. I just have to be able to get back to that point with other things too. It's nice. Gonna go references. Sorry. I already told you I'm tired. You ever see that what is it? It's a cat. It's in a bathtub. I think it's in a bathtub. Yeah. That sounds like it's saying, I'm cold. I'm cold. That's what I feel like when I say I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm cold. Okay. I just realized that you can't see what I'm seeing. Titter. This is not the watch. I could crop the image, but I don't want to. Should I? I should. Hold on. I'll draw the watch at a different point in time. No, I have to go to so many folders. References. No. Trimmed? Oh my god, my clear triangle thing just almost slid off my desk and got into like an impossible reach area. Well, it's not really a bedroom, it's I'm in the basement. While this area does kind of look nice on camera, if ever the camera was pointing the other direction, there's just like immense shelving in front of me. Like all the shit that can't fit in our attic is in here. And there's like a stereo that's in front of me, like by my feet. So if those weren't here, oh my god, I'd have like, this would be a big room. But it's not, so it's like a kind of small room. And if I drop things behind my desk, they get lost forever. So I'm gonna modify the picture. Yeah. There we go. I can make it a little bigger. Oh, I can't. There we go. Look at that. Oh no, it has gaps. I think it does. Oh, I check for gaps. It does have gaps. I gotta fix my logo too at some point. I want to change it. All right. Where did my picture go? Oh, I canceled out of it. What a dingus move there. Okay. I got my glasses. And well, I'm not really doing much in terms of glasses right now. I did have a design that I did have a design that I worked on. It was my first, it was my first semester at the design school I was at. And we had we needed to design something for the future, like the distant future. And they had us look into how to research for that and how to get together a consensus, an individual consensus for like what the future would look like, or whether it be a modest future, or whether it be like a drastic changed future, how far in the future are we thinking. And I went for the idea of more of a tech-centered thing, is that glasses would pretty much look the same, but they behave differently. And so I went with these like kind of something similar to these glasses, except there wasn't glass at the bridge. It was two separate lenses. And the idea with mine is that it'd be like this whole AR system that you could even like, companies would even like put billboard, like program within the glasses. If you looked at a certain area when you're outside, there'd be like a floating billboard in like this AR space. But the interesting thing that I put on this is that I've had this idea of like having a portable office with you, you know, not having a laptop with you and just having like a headpiece. And so your glasses, the stems would be magnetic and you just attach them to there. But when you want to, you know, close your glasses, you wouldn't necessarily close your glasses, the stems would just kind of like break off. You could pack it up and store it in a really compact space. But then the other thing was that the lenses were really, because my perception, I do not wear glasses, but a lot of people that I've known wear glasses, and my perception is that like if your glasses break, you have to bring them to the glasses store and they fix it for you. My perception of this is how I'd make this better is that there'd be a top part on like the top part of the lens, like, oh god, I have to just draw this, you know, what is it called? It's not called a bridge, I don't know. Top part of the glasses by the lenses would come off. It would also be a magnetic piece, but it would like be like one of those slide lock pieces, so that you could just take your lenses out, just slide it off. It'd be kind of like slightly magnetized. Take your lenses out, put in new lenses, and there you go. You don't have to go to the store. You can just do it yourself. I feel like that would be so nice. It would make glasses companies obsolete. Mostly, or just make them online fully, which things are happening that way anyways. Kind of pushed in that direction. But I feel like it'd be pretty cool. I don't know, I just had fun with it. Anyways, when I was working on the prototype for that, I was working with an X-Acto knife, and I was working really close. I just cut really fast, and I don't play guitar all that much anymore. Probably should. Maybe it'll boost my morale. I don't schedule enough free time for myself these days too. That's a different problem. I played guitar a lot back then, and I had these really thick calluses on my left hand, on my digits. Oh, my pen leaked. On my digits, I have really thick calluses. So when I sliced, there was on the floor, because I was working on the floor, a little, you know, half circle of where the tip of my finger was. But it was like I had just cut to the very bottom layer of skin. So, you know, it wasn't bleeding, and it was just like really thin, but there was like a solid chunk just on the ground. I was so confused. I'm like, I'm not bleeding. Put a bandage on it to make sure I don't like cut myself because it's such thin skin, but like it's just a little dime piece of skin. It was nuts. And I was like, I have newfound respect for sharp objects again. I'm not gonna do that again, so I finished the project. Though I think my last semester in college, I did something very similar, but at that time I actually cut myself. Oh, it was really funny. I was working really late nights on this project. There's a 3D physical model, and because it was during the pandemic, the building was technically only open for a certain amount of time. Usually you could just swipe your card and go in, but they'd actually lock it to everyone. After like 6 p.m. it was kind of nuts. It's like, yeah, the building's open for use, but not really. It was kind of annoying. So I would get there early, get there at like 4 p.m. Sometimes I would be there from like 8 a.m. to like 2 a.m. the next day. But one of the days, I got really hungry, and I bike there every day, so I wanted to go home, like order some pizza on the way home, bike home, pick it up, bike back, and then eat it here. But that was the day that I realized that the door's locked. I was like, I wonder if they're open, and they weren't. I was like, oh shit, I can't like I need to work on this. Like, I had scheduled myself to work on it that day, and I couldn't, like, work on it the next day because I needed to be a certain part ahead. So I ended up kind of, you're not supposed to leave the doors open, and sometimes they make a sound, but I disconnected one of the sensors on the doors and then left it open so that I could leave and go back. I reconnected the sensor, don't worry, but it was just one of those things. But yeah, it was one of those. I think another night I was working on a project and I was working with an X-Acto blade in like foam and everything, and I sliced my finger like kind of deep, not enough to need stitches, but it was bleeding a decent amount, and I was holding it kind of like this. It's like, well, shit, they don't have like, you know, med kits just around the office. They really should. They should have like a thing that says med kit on the side of like an industrial design, you know, studio, because we're working with, you know, stuff, and like that seems like a no-brainer. Anyways, they didn't have one, and the doors, I knew the doors had locked at this point, and I was like, well, I could, you know, cycle home and take care of this, you know, make sure everything's fine and dandy, but I won't be able to work on my project anymore, and I need to. I ended up just getting some paper towels that were in the bathroom, wrapping in the paper towels, then wrapping it in duct tape, and then continue working, and it worked just fine. I was like, oh, why don't I just do that for every injury that I have? I'm very injury prone. I am also just trying to procrastinate because my brain is like, no, this is difficult. I don't want to do this. Not use and I'll use a pencil. It makes it a little bit kinder to my brain. I think that's that angle. No. I'm drawing these more like they're curved. The way that I've been drawing, that I would just start drawing it, is a lot curvier than what it actually is that this goes down a little bit further. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I just want to leave. I just want to fall asleep again. Oh man, this is... Oh, it's such an intense feeling. If I don't like this, God, I hate sitting in this. I watch Dr. K streams. Or just, I watch the clips because the streams are too long and I don't get to catch them in certain times, a lot of the times. Anyway, one of the things that I remember I should try to do is when I get this uncomfortable feeling of, oh God, let me run away, to just sit in it and feel it and hate it. Like, why do I want to run away? Because I'm not doing good? Well, how do I get better? By being bad more often? Yes. I just can't see... The angles of this are just so weird to me. I gotta use it as a direct reference, okay? That angle's right. Kind of just touches down a little bit. I need that to go further down. And that. Oh god, my eraser. That's not right. Frustrated. That'll have to do. That has to be. It has to almost kind of come out. Yeah. Has that added? Look. And that's just the wood trim. Whereas there's this silver trim, and I'm gonna make it a little thinner than is in the picture. Yeah. I'm gonna make it kind of thin. Bring it up. Shade it or anything else so that I can recognize it later. All right. So it's like a interesting little trim piece. No, it doesn't connect that well. It's almost like this. And it goes over. And then this has a little bit of a bend to it. There we go. There we go. And then this kind of actually finishes off up there. Whereas there we go. Okay. Perspective is way off, but I'm just gonna go with it. Okay. A little bit of distortion. Actually need to make these a little bit thicker. There. All right. Definitely a part of me that's just wanting to leave constantly. Sorry, I'll make the band or the stems a little darker. The camera sometimes has difficulty picking up light lines. Like a weird distortion kind of coming from the lens. Very interesting. I guess I'll do, there's a little bit of like a marking right here. Interesting. I'm gonna do a shitty Apple logo. Look at that. Apple glasses. How did my perspective fare? Not good. Oh, wow. Okay. Ooh, wow. So putting it up against my screen against the image that I was drawing off of, I got like up to here. Everything like seemed to match except for maybe like at the bottom nub. I don't know if I kind of want to look if I got the logo in the right place. Yeah, I got the logo in the right place. That's so weird. But then after that, essentially what needed to happen is I needed to kind of go off of this line. I needed to kind of go, hold on, let me, I don't know. So, oh yeah. What ended up happening is I went a little too far wide. This guideline was actually off. What ended up happening is I needed to go kind of more in this general direction. And it should have been off a little bit. It really should have, this lens right here really should have been pushed backwards to get that right, and I don't even know if I'd gotten that right. Oh wow, the angle of the hold on, let me try to capture it real quick. The angle of that last band should have been a lot steeper. That's the correction that I should have made. And I can see it, like, you know. Next time if I have a little bit of trouble, I might put it up against the picture and just draw, like, you know, where the lines are. The guidelines really just kind of screwed me up on that. But it is interesting to see, you know, how and where I'm off. Can't believe that this line actually curves as much as it does. I'm still kind of stunned the fact that, like, I could have done everything wrong, like gotten really weird angles and everything. I'm surprised that I got, like, generally this is like the same look. Huh. That really is interesting. So then the guideline is actually like this, you know? It's really just a subtle difference of angles. Not even subtle, it's a pretty large difference. Anyways, I did that. How tired am I? Oh, that tired. Tired enough to be uncoordinated, which doesn't take a whole lot. I feel like large people, tall people aren't really considered like klutzes. That's mostly, in my opinion, mostly regarded towards like smaller people. I don't know why. Maybe it's just large people just aren't, like, it's expected for me to run into things. It's because, like, things aren't really, coffee side tables aren't really, you know, meant for shin level. They're usually meant for hip level, and people would have a better awareness of it. Or, like, you know, it makes sense if I trip on the sidewalk because my legs are so damn far away from my head. But, like, I run into a lot of things. I think one of the other saving graces of, like, why maybe people don't see me as like a klutz that drops and hits things and breaks things is that, well, I don't break things. I think that's the difference, is that I've gotten really good at catching things. I've gotten really good at, like, screwing up but then immediately fixing the mistake. So, like, maybe that's why, like, when I run into something, it's like, oh god, I'm such a klutz, I keep running into things. And people are like, well, you're not a klutz. It's like, well, I guess I don't break things when I drop them, but I'll still drop them. It's not necessarily a good thing. It's kind of like if you caused the problem, but then also was the one that solved it. You know, why don't you just not cause the problem in the first place? That would be the rational idea, I feel like. Anywho's, I guess to kind of extend this and to make me, I guess, think more. I'm gonna just kind of quickly look up something. I'm gonna look up, cause I did the glasses. I could do the watch, but I could just CES. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay. What's technology? Yeah. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. There we go. Oh, I could go to product categories. I really want to go to CES. It'd be so much fun, I feel like. Car audio, cybersecurity, drones. Ooh, I could do a drone. FJI, I think? Mavic. God damn. Mavic. MacVic. Do like a folded versus collapsed. Those are the same thing. Collapsed versus expanded drone image. What's one where someone isn't holding it? Collapsed. Folded. I just want one on the ground at like an interesting angle. That's pretty good. If I can find one At the same perspective, folded versus unfolded. That might be good. This, God, that one looks better. This versus that, or that versus that. Kind of want it white. Ooh, this. God, the blade's gonna get in the way of each other. That could be good. This versus that. Yeah. Okay. That's one thing. Food technology. Wearables. That's mostly watches. Do a bunch of watches. Vehicle tech. I could draw a car. Oh, damn. I could... Ooh. You know what's a good idea? It's probably like... Oh, BMW I think did one. There's this really cool electric motorcycle, urban mobility. Yeah, there it is. Might actually want to do this as well. So it's called the CEO4. BMW CEO4. Okay, that's not right. Oh, BMW CEO4. Kind of like interesting technological look, like a futuristic look at motorcycles. Or mopeds, I guess. C400. Kind of want to look at a regular one too. Regular. Yeah, I think I'll go with... Just give me the damn motorcycle without that weird person sitting on it. I just want a side view. Side view! Why did they do this to me? They did it specifically to me. And to hurt me and... Okay, here we go. Yeah. Do some side profiles of some motorcycles. I have this really cool idea that I'm probably never going to like do any sort of designing on it on stream because it's really good and really cool and I never want to show anyone unless I have like a fleshed out prototype or whatever. It's cool. I just need to see. I want to do some research on stream, so I might as well draw some motorcycles. And actually, BMW I think does it again. F700 GS. F800. Oh! And where's a side view? It's either ventured motorcycles, not very... Maybe like a... Suzuki? No. Kawasaki? No. Maybe Suzuki. Adventure motorcycles. Oh god. KTM makes some pretty interesting ones. I'm just looking for like adventure. What is that? Oh, it's a Ducati. Harley Davidson. That's weird. Okay. So different motorcycles kind of have different looks, but adventure motorcycles generally have this hump here, an interesting like long fender, kind of slim usually, and has a two-tiered seat design. I guess I'll hint at what I want to design. I want to do a crossover between this style of bike and this style of bike. And I kind of want to see if I can integrate this hump of the gas tank, but there's like KTM I guess does a good one. Oh, it's more of a dirt bike. Suzuki V-Strom. The profile is a lot better. I mean, I could probably find some without that tank. Moto Guzzi. Oh, I didn't know they made one. Red Twin looks too much like this is a really cool motorcycle. Looks too much like a dirt bike. KTM versus... Yeah, I think I might just do a B-Strom. Find one. Again, from that side profile that the other ones are at. And I want to find one without the saddlebags. Nice, that'll do. Yeah. Okay. What are some other things? Brown goods. Well, I can't. I'm too bored. Okay. I guess, you know, these are some of the things that I could be drawing as the warm-up round next time around. These are a little big. I might do them. Yeah, I'll probably do this next time around. But I'm going to end for today because... I don't know. Oh, God. There we go. I'm going to end for today because I'm very tired. And, like, I want to get some stuff done on some other projects that I've been thinking of working on. And I want to do it in a very slouched position where no one can see me. And just hang out, I guess. I could do that here. I guess I could, but... I don't know. There's a part of me that just kind of wants to mope around a bit. But I'll be here tomorrow. I was able to do something today, so, you know, then showing up tomorrow is not going to be as difficult. Maybe I'll show up tomorrow doing a little bit more. I guess there's a part of me that's just like really annoyed at SolidWorks. I don't get to work on it anymore. I'm very pissed off at that fact. Oh. Yeah.